Hey, Falcons fans, what I'm about to drop on you right now is going to absolutely blow your mind. We're talking about seismic shifts, earth-shattering developments, and moves that could literally reshape the entire landscape of our beloved Atlanta Falcons for the rest of this season and beyond. I've got the inside scoop, the behind-the-scenes intel that's got front offices across the league scrambling. And let me tell you something, what's happening right now in Flowery Branch is about to send shockwaves through the NFL. We're talking about potential blockbuster moves, quarterback carousels spinning faster than a Georgia tornado, and defensive dominance that's got opposing offensive coordinators having sleepless nights. But before I dive into this explosive information, let me paint you a picture of what's really going down. We've got injury situations that are creating opportunities, we've got proven veterans whose futures hang in the balance, and we've got rising stars who are about to get their moment in the spotlight. The dominoes are falling, and when they're done tumbling, the NFL landscape is going to look completely different. Are you ready for this? Because what I'm about to reveal is going to have you calling your buddies, texting your family, and posting on every social media platform you've got. This is the kind of insider information that separates the real fans from the casual observers. But first, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, don't wait. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Only 1% of viewers actually subscribe. Let's change that. A small action that makes a huge difference. But wait, before we dive into these game-changing revelations, I need to know, are you ready to be part of the inner circle? Drop a fire in the comments if you're locked and loaded for the most insane Falcons intel you've ever heard. And if you think you can handle what's coming next, smash that notification bell because in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to reveal information that will literally change how you see this entire season. Don't scroll past this, your Falcons fandom depends on what happens next. Now, here's where things get absolutely wild. Our veteran quarterback situation has become the hottest topic in NFL circles, and I'm talking scorching hot. The phone lines in Flowery Branch have been buzzing like never before, and teams across the league are starting to circle like vultures. Let me break this down for you, Falcons Nation, because this is where strategy meets opportunity, where business meets football, and where tough decisions create championship possibilities. First, let's talk about what's happening in Cincinnati, and folks, this is huge. Their franchise quarterback just went down with a severe case of turf toe, requiring surgery and keeping him out for at least 3 months. 3 months, people. That's not just a couple of games we're talking about, that's potentially an entire playoff push hanging in the balance. Now, Cincinnati came back and won with their backup, but here's the reality check, there's a massive difference between a capable backup and a season-saving starter. And that's where our situation gets incredibly interesting, because we've got exactly what they need sitting right here in Atlanta. Think about this for a second, our veteran quarterback, with all his experience, his arm talent, his leadership qualities, surrounded by Cincinnati's offensive weapons. We're talking about a potential match made in heaven. The Bengals have got elite receivers, a solid offensive line when healthy, and a defense that can keep games close. Add our veteran signal caller to that mix, and suddenly they're not just surviving, they're thriving. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Minnesota is dealing with their own quarterback crisis. Their young gun is hurt, dealing with an ankle injury that's going to sideline him for 2 to 4 weeks, and their quarterback play has been, let's be honest, pretty rough to watch. Especially after what our defense did to them on Sunday Night Football, and we'll get to that defensive explosion in just a minute. The Vikings let their veteran quarterback walk in the offseason because they believed in their rookie, but now they're staring down the barrel of potentially wasting an incredibly talented roster while waiting for development that might not come fast enough. And here's the kicker, our veteran quarterback knows their offensive coordinator's system inside and out. We're talking about plug-and-play capability, immediate chemistry, and the kind of seamless transition that could turn a struggling offense into a playoff contender overnight. Now, let me explain why this situation is absolutely genius for us, Falcons Nation. We don't have to make a move, our defense is playing at an elite level, and having a proven veteran behind our young quarterback provides incredible insurance. But here's the strategic brilliance of potentially making a move. We're talking about freeing up significant salary cap space while recouping valuable draft capital. Think about the possibilities. More money to lock up our defensive stars, more picks to continue building this roster, and the complete transition to our young quarterback era. It's like chess. People, you've got to think 3 moves ahead. And speaking of our young quarterback, let me tell you something that's going to get you fired up. The way defenses are playing us now compared to earlier in the season is absolutely telling. Teams are keeping a lid on coverage, they're making pacts not to get beat deep, and they're completely changing their defensive game plans because of what our young gun brings to the table. But hold up, because we need to talk about the absolute monster that our defense has become. Folks, I'm talking about a transformation that has been nothing short of spectacular. We're flying around the field, we're getting home with our pass rush, and our coverage is holding up in ways that are giving opposing offensive coordinators nightmares. Let me hit you with some numbers that are going to blow your mind. Our defense has been sending extra rushers on over 40% of opposing quarterbacks' dropbacks. 40%. That's aggressive, that's relentless, and that's exactly the kind of pressure that wins championships. And here's what's even more impressive, those blitzes are translating into pressure on over 50% of all dropbacks. We're talking about consistent, relentless pressure that's making elite quarterbacks look ordinary and ordinary quarterbacks look completely lost. But here's the key, and this is where our defensive coordinator deserves massive credit. The success of this pressure scheme puts incredible stress on our secondary, but they've held up their end of the bargain beautifully. We're not just getting pressure and giving up big plays over the top. We're getting pressure and maintaining coverage integrity. The intensity, the wrinkles in our blitz packages, our young playmakers getting more and more comfortable in their roles. This isn't a flash in the pan, people. This is the real deal, and it's sustainable. Now, let's address the elephant in the room when it comes to our passing game, because I know some of you are concerned about our receiver production. But here's what you need to understand, the way defenses are playing us is actually a massive compliment to what we're building. Our top receiver has been targeted 19 times in 2 games, hauling in 11 passes for 94 yards. Now, some of you might look at those numbers and think they're a little low, but here's the context that changes everything. Defenses are specifically game planning to take away our explosive plays. Our young quarterback hasn't completed a single pass beyond 15 air yards in his last 2 games, going 0-for-10 on those attempts. But here's the kicker, earlier this season, he was absolutely crushing those deep throws, ranking second in the league for yards on 15-plus air yard attempts. Teams saw that tape, they saw what he could do, and they said, not in our house. This is where championship teams separate themselves from pretenders, Falcons Nation. When teams take away your strength, you adapt, you evolve, you find new ways to attack. And that's exactly what we're doing. Our run game is picking up steam, we're connecting on shorter passes, we're moving the chains in methodical steps rather than explosive plays, and we're chipping away at defenses that are selling out to stop our deep ball. But here's what has me absolutely pumped up about our future, this is just a matter of time. Our young quarterback has the arm talent, the vision, and the fearlessness to make those deep throws. When defenses start cheating up to stop our running game and short passing attack, those explosive opportunities are going to open up. And when they do, our receivers are going to eat. Let me paint the big picture for you, because what's happening right now is setting up a perfect storm of opportunity. We've got teams desperate for veteran quarterback help, we've got the defensive foundation to compete at the highest level, and we've got a young quarterback who's forcing defenses to completely change how they game plan against us. If we make a move with our veteran quarterback, we're not just helping another team, we're positioning ourselves for long-term success while potentially getting immediate help in return. Draft picks, defensive players, salary cap flexibility, all of it contributes to building a sustainable championship contender. And here's what I love most about this situation, we're operating from a position of strength. We're not desperate, we're not panicking, we're strategically evaluating options that could benefit everyone involved. The next few weeks are going to be absolutely crucial for determining how these storylines play out. We've got tough tests coming up that will show us just how sustainable our defensive success really is. Washington's young quarterback and Buffalo's elite signal caller are going to provide the ultimate measuring stick for where we really stand. But here's what I know for certain, the energy, the intensity, the buy-in from our players and coaching staff is creating something special in Atlanta. Whether we make moves or stay put, whether we cash in on trade opportunities or ride with what we've got, the foundation being built here is championship caliber. Falcons Nation, we are living through one of the most exciting periods in franchise history. The decisions being made right now, The phone calls happening behind closed doors, the strategic planning taking place in front offices, it's all leading to something massive. Keep your eyes glued to every update, every report, every rumor, because this situation is developing faster than lightning. And when the dust settles, we could be looking at a completely transformed NFL landscape. The passion, the energy, the championship dreams, they're all within reach. This is why we bleed red and black. This is why we ride with our Falcons through thick and thin. And this is why the best is yet to come. Stay locked in, stay fired up, and get ready for the ride of your life. Rise up, Falcons Nation, the revolution starts now. Go Falcons!